Hey, hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of Sit Down by the Fire. We don't have an interview today, but we would like to at least get it up every Friday for you guys. So, Eric and I thought it would be really fun to play a game that honestly I don't think I've played since high school. I think you could say that too.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah.
So, we'll be playing Never Have I Ever.
Last time I played, I think I was like a sophomore in high school. So yeah, it's been a while for me,
Yeah,
and
which well,
I'm now
wow,
30.
wow,
So.
wow, aren't we special? Two 30-year-old men playing Never Have I Ever.
Yeah.
So, but the first questions are for Mecha G Zero, who will be on the next episode of Sit Down by the Fire. He asked us a few questions, and how this will work is we don't have signs, so we'll just raise our hand if we have, and if we never, then we won't raise our hands. Or if we just don't want to answer the questions, maybe we'll just do something like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. So Eric will read the questions since I'm on my phone. If I do it, then I'll just freeze on you guys. So
Yeah, and we don't want that, right?
no. So first question from Mecha G Zero.
All right, let me bring it up. All right, first question from Mecha G Zero. Never have I ever pretended to like a movie to fit in the social group. Okay, I have. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah,
I have.
yeah, I have. I don't know. There's probably been so many times I don't even remember. Like I think I'm gonna be
Which
honest.
movie?
Like I remember there was honestly a lot of them. You know, and I will admit I watched them afterwards. But like a lot of those movies, they were just like weird movies. Like I remember one of them. If I say it, the group's gonna know, but I guess I'll just. I want to be more open with you guys, so I remember one of them was a movie, The Greasy Strangler.
Never heard of it.
It was just honestly, I like a lot of those dumb movies, but this was just dumb. You know what I mean? So, do you remember what movie you pretended to like that to fit in a social group?
Yeah. Granted, I saw it when I was a kid, and now that I'm 30, I mean the my thoughts definitely could change. I saw The Godfather for the first time in elementary school, and I didn't really get into it. But I mean, to be fair, I was just a kid, so it's possible that that my thoughts could change on it.
I'll
Here's the
say that.
controversial one. Here's another controversial one. Inception. I remember when I saw it at the theater. I was like 17 at that time. I was confused, but to be fair, Inception is supposed to be one of like those stinkers movies, and I guess when I went and saw it, I wasn't anticipating that. I was just anticipating, just like a straightforward storyline. So maybe that's why. Another controversial one, but well, I take it back. I never pretended to like it. Dune, the more recent one. I know a lot of people liked it, but sorry, I'm just being honest. I thought it was boring.
I think I'm gonna say I'll just add to it a little bit. The Godfather, I will say, yeah, watching it elementary school probably not the best idea, especially with a lot of scenes, the horse head in particular. Um, what I would say is probably check it out now. I will say this: don't be expecting Goodfellas or something like that. Maybe just be expecting kind of a. It's a. It's more of a long. It's more of like a long form story about multitudes of families and all that stuff. And yeah,
Oh
I
wait,
mean,
I just. Oh, sorry. You can go ahead.
yeah, I mean, I like The Godfather. I will say this. I'm gonna say it's overhyped, if that makes any sense. Like it is a good movie, but like a lot of good movies, people praise it to the high heavens, and it deserves that. but it's not overrated. It's overhyped, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, so I just thought of one. To be honest, I don't really care for the original Friday the 13th. And, I felt like I had to say, oh, it's a great movie. But I will say this, the ending is one of the best endings in a horror movie. But I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like the original Friday the 13th is kind of boring. I like the sequels better. And for the longest time, I would pretend to like the original because I felt like if I would bash on the original, then I would get, canceled and all that. Now, now, is it nice by what the original movie started? Yes, but I just feel like there's a lot of filler in it, and some of the kill scenes with the way how they're edited is just kind of goofy.
I think that over time, the movie has been, I'll say, appreciated, but I think that people have kind of realized like it's a good movie, but with more flaws. If that makes any sense, I think over time people have kind of understood that about the movie.
Yeah, and you can
'Cause,
definitely tell it's very inspired by Halloween,
like,
especially
'cause,
during the opening scene. Like,
'cause,
come on, it's so right out of
like,
Halloween.
I mean, Eric and I are both old. I mean, yeah, we're 30, but remember when we were in high school, Friday the 13th, Freddy, were still very popular, and Friday the 13th was like meant to be one of the scariest movies ever. And like, I think you and me both have seen scarier movies than the original Friday the
Oh
13th.
yeah.
And I will say that I think over time people have kind of said it is a good movie, but it's not a cinematic masterpiece like Halloween
Oh,
is.
definitely not. Oh, definitely not. And
Like
which is one reason why oh, sorry.
I think people have kind of agreed that some of the sequels are better. Like I honestly think Part Two is better.
Yeah.
Even my favorite is Jason Lives. So,
for me,
and I,
it's a tie between Part 4, Jason Lives, or Part 7. But hey, I definitely have become more of a fan, which is ironic because I'm wearing the shirt. And on top of that, knowing that Kane Hodder's agent, like pretty much gave me the keys to become a member of SAG. So because of that, I really don't want to make it seem like I'm anti Friday the 13th because I'm not. Uh, it's just out of all of them, my least favorite one, to be honest, is the original. Now, not saying that I don't appreciate the original, because obviously if it wasn't for the original, there would be no franchise. I do get that. But the original was the one that I've watched the least amount of times because I just think the pacing is just really slow, a little bit too slow, if you were to ask me. And Betsy Palmer came in way too late into the movie. It would have been a much better reveal if she was there the whole entire time.
right, and I think a lot of people have said that more recently. And I mean, I'm going to say this, and this is not me. Listen, I have bashed him before, but I don't really want to do that much anymore with the channel. Maybe more in a joking manner, but
Right.
this is more serious. Sean Cunningham, he is not. I'll say this: he is not a strong director, if that makes any sense. I'm not going to say he's Ed Wood level, but he's not like he's not a strong director. Does that make any sense?
Yeah. Now, I've never met Sean Cunningham. I don't know how he's like as a person. Like, I'm not trying to make him feel bad, like for how he directed Friday the 13th. I'm just simply just offering my constructive criticism, which I do feel like that they did learn it, like for all the sequels, because, people often say, oh, it's never as good as the original. Some cases, yes, but in some cases, sequels actually do get better. I mean, case in point, the movies I have made.
Well, Godfather Part Two. Some people say that's better than Godfather Part One. So,
And people say the same thing about Bride of Frankenstein. People say the same thing about Terminator 2.
or even Empire Strikes Back. So,
Yep.
Anyway, next one from Ekaji Zero because we could spend all day here.
Yeah, go on. But yeah, I just feel like I should be brutally honest about the original Friday the 13th. I feel like that
Yeah,
I've had to sugarcoat it for so long. So
yeah, no, it's all right.
okay, this one's a little bit more vulgar. Have you ever GO'd to a movie sex scene? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna sound like a pervert, and I don't want to ruin my reputation. So I think that kind of. I mean, when you're a teenager, you get your hormones going
Listen.
crazy.
All I'm gonna say is there's been a lot of them when I was a teenager.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I just don't want people to get the wrong impression of me, thinking that I'm like
Well,
some.
you were 16 years old. You were young and stupid. So just if you want to pull a or raise your hand.
I did it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we're gonna keep because both of us are trying to be. I'm trying to be a legit business personnel. Eric is trying to get into SAG. We're just going to leave it at that.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
All we're going to say is we are both heterosexual males.
Let's move on, please.
Yeah. Yes.
Right. Never have I ever made a friend watch a crappy movie, but told him that it was good. Trying to remember, did I ever do that? Oh yeah. In high school, my old friend Tyler, I had him watch Piranha 3D, and I told him, yeah, I thought it was good, but then afterwards he was saying how he wanted to rip the DVD case out of my DVD player and he wanted to destroy it. So
I did. In high school, I had a party, and I thought it'd be really funny if we had a. I said, "Man, these movies are so good." So we watched Glenn or Glenda, Bride of the Monster, and Ed Wood. I made them suffer through 3 Ed Wood movies.
So wait, at the very end, you made them watch the one with Johnny Depp?
No, we watched Glenn or Glenda, Bride of the Monster, and Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, the biopic they made actually was a
Yeah,
great movie.
it is good, but then I had to watch. We watched Ed Wood afterwards, as the last marathon, but that's when there was a lot of at the time I drank we drank a lot of does anybody remember the dark berry Mountain Dew? It was to promote Batman, the Dark Knight. They had this like dark berry Mountain Dew. There was a lot of that involved. So this was late at night when we watched Ed Wood, and oh my gosh, oh my gosh, my friends made fun of me for that one. That you made us watch 3 crappy movies. But man, that guy sucked as a director and everything. I'm like, hey,
You see, your stupid minds, stupid. That's all I'm gonna take from you.
yeah. So what was the movie what was the movie then that you did to your friend Tyler again?
Piranha 3D. I'm sure that there
Ooh.
were others. I just can't remember off the top of my head.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that one's. I I remember first time I watched that. I rented it at Movie Gallery. Luckily, I was with my grandma fell asleep, but I was with her friend, and like my grandma's friend has a. She is a woman, but she has a guy's sense of humor. If that makes sense, she's one of those women. We actually kind of enjoyed that movie. So, but Piranha Double D. Oh my god.
That one I heard. If you like, let's put it this way: if my friend thought Piranha 3D was bad, wait until he sees Piranha 3 Double D.
Yeah. Anyway, so next question.
Okay. Never have I ever fallen asleep in a movie theater. I have actually. A really long time ago, my dad and my brother took me to go see Eagle Eye with Shia LaBeouf. I fell asleep during that movie. Not because I thought it was bad. It was just because I was really, really, really tired that day, and that's the only time I've ever fallen asleep in the movie theater. Because usually I can't sleep in the movie theater.
I fell asleep. This was now granted, I was like I suffer from insomnia, and this was like one of those nights where this is one of those nights where I just did not sleep at all, and I don't take sleeping pills just because a multitude of reasons, multitude. And I did not sleep the best night before, so I think I finally fell asleep at like 4 o'clock. Had to get up at 7 that day for whatever reason, and then we watched a movie, and it was one of the, I want to say, I can't remember which one it was because after a while they all blur together. It was one of the Fast and Furious movies, but it was after 6, is what I remember.
Okay, so was it like Furious 7 or Fate of the Furious or
It
Furious
was
9?
one of them. It was one of those. I don't remember. It might have even been Fast and Furious 6. I'm just not remembering. But I remember. I fell asleep, and I remember two very. I'm not gonna lie, pretty attractive girls sit there. Says, "How's the movie?" Because I was apparently they said I was snoring. Like, and they said that I was sawing logs. Like, and apparently though I was all reclined back in those reclining seats, and like I sounded, as they said, I sounded like their grandpa.
Oh my god!
So I must have been tired. Okay, what's the next one?
All right, let me get there. The next question is: Never have I ever tried to put a Region B DVD player or Blu-ray in my player only discovery can't be played. Yes, and that's on my YouTube channel. 2012, well, late 2011, early 2012. I really wanted to watch Silent Night, Deadly Night, and and then I bought a DVD of it. I didn't realize that back then there was like the different regions. So and then I put it in my player and it didn't work. So I got a refund. So instead of that, I then got the Summer Party Massacre collection instead. So yeah, but if you scroll way back to 2012 on my channel, I have proof that yes, I actually did.
For me, I got the it's a movie called The Icarus Files. I think they remade it like a few years ago, but it's a thing from England. It's kind of like one of those James Bond '60s movies. It's not James Bond. It's the Harry Palmer series. It actually stars Michael Caine as a James Bond type of spy. If you noticed, Austin Powers wears the glasses like Eric's. He kind of has those style of glasses. Well, the movie's only available in England, so I tried to play it on my PS2. Now I could, so that my mom actually bought a DVD. Thank you, Mama. From Spain. Yeah, on Amazon.
From Spain.
So, yeah, from on Amazon. She said she was wondering why the shipping was so high. I'm sorry, Mom. It's something I wanted for Christmas, but oh my gosh. So needless to say, I couldn't watch it, and then Amazon has such a horrible return policy. I think I traded it in for cash at a used DVD store. So yeah, I think I only got. I don't even remember how much I got out of it because there was a multitude of DVDs. So yeah, I have done that.
Okay.
What's the next one?
But yeah, I actually completely forgot about the whole thing with me and Silent Night, Deadly Night until that question was asked.
Yeah.
So next question. Never have I ever spent more than $50. Never have I ever spent more than $50 on a single DVD or Blu-ray. I don't recall $50 or not, but I have spent a lot of money on a movie. Most recently being Shadow of the Vampire, because I was trying to find. Matter of fact, I just now remembered it. I spent $60 on it. Yeah, it's not coming back to me. Yeah, $60 because I was really wanting to find that movie. I was trying to find it like on streaming services, not on any of them. It's not even on iTunes. I'm like, come on. So and then I mean, heck, this movie is so underrated. Never was released on Blu-ray. You have to get the DVD that came out back when the movie first came out, over 20 years ago now. So
I don't think I have on a. I don't think I have on a movie because usually with movies I wait till they go down in price. But I think I have on a video game. So I'm gonna pull one of these. I'm gonna pull yeah. If I so I'm gonna pull this, but I the game was originally $100. I was not going to spend $100 on a game. I managed to talk down the guy on a price for Conker's Bad Fur Day.
classic game.
Yes, he was trying to sell it for $100. I said, "Well, is there any way maybe you could lower it? I mean, come on, it's been $100 here for a long time. I'm actually interested in playing it because my buddy here, he's never played it, and I really want him to see the poo, the boss that's a piece of poo."
Mm-hmm.
And so I think I managed to get him to go down. I think it was 50. I mean, that was like 5 years ago, though. So I think it was 50. I managed to literally going to go down half price. So I think you only have 7 questions. What's the next question?
All right, let me bring that up. All right, last question. Never have I ever quoted a movie at an inappropriate moment.
I'm sure I have, so I'm going to pull another side one. I mean, I'm sure I have multitude of times because, especially being an autistic and a movie buff, sometimes it's like, oh wow, not a good time to quote that movie.
Sorry.
It doesn't help the fact that I already have a very sarcastic sense of humor, like brutally sarcastic sometimes, and sometimes like I'll misquote a movie and it's like, oh, bad timing. So I'm sure there's been multitude of reasons.
For me, I just now remember this. So yep, in 8th grade, I quoted Terminator 2 with Hasta La Vista Baby. It was at a very awkward time, a very awkward timing in the conversation. And I thought I was being clever at that time, but now in retrospective, I go, oh my God, I was such an idiot. So
I've done. Well, what was it again?
I don't really remember exactly how the conversation was going, but I quoted Terminator 2 with the Hasta La Vista Baby. But yeah, all that I remember is that it felt really awkward with the timing and the conversation. So I thought I was being clever at that time, but now in retrospective, I go, man, I was such an idiot for doing that. But hey,
Yeah.
I was 15 years old.
I mean, I have done stuff like that. Putting, like, I remember, see, this is just so you guys can get to know me better, who sometimes people that, have not understood my sense of humor. I grew up in this type of family, so we've said stuff like that too. Like, I remember my dad ran over a cat. Oh, no, not a cat. He actually always apologize. I'm tired and everything else. He ran over like squirrels or chipmunks, and he would sit there, Oscar Lisa, baby. So never
Wow.
cats. No, but always like,
Okay, I was gonna say if it's cats, then
yeah. No,
I mean it's
sorry.
bad enough that
But
he ran over an animal.
by the fact I'm saying that, and my entire channel is named after my cat who was murdered by a car, I feel really stupid for saying that. Boy, the trolls are gonna love that. But no, I'm saying I'm just a little tired because I was rudely awakened by the dog this morning. But yeah, he would say that for chipmunks and stuff like that, or like, uh, remember one time he ran over a snapping turtle and said "Hasta la vista." So no, I'm sure there's been times I've misquoted movies. I mean, oh, oh, I can think of one. When I said a movie at an inappropriate time, um, I thought I was being clever. A girl who I got her phone number. I said hello, and she asked, "Who is this?" I thought I was being clever, just being a stupid teenager. Now I was 17, maybe. I thought I was being clever. I said the name's Bond, James Bond.
Oh my gosh.
And yeah, the girl sit there very funny. Needless to say, that turned out to be a huge mistake. Well, acquiring her phone number because I got it from a person who I don't know how he got my phone number, but in high school it seems like everybody gets your phone number, right? From friends or everything else. At least, and so yeah, that turned out to be interest. That turned out to be an interesting story.
So
That turned out,
I actually just remembered this. This was a joke that I used to do back in high school. Everybody thought it was funny back then, so I remember what I used to do. One time I was on the phone. I was hanging out with my friend Jesse. Well, sadly Jesse is no longer with us, but I digress. Me and Jesse were on the phone with this girl who we went to school with. I was trying
oh
to be
no.
funny. I was trying to be funny, and then I said, "Hey, Schmega, can I ask you a question?" She was like, "Yeah, sure." Then I was like, "Can you feel the love tonight?" And
Um,
she thought it was funny.
I were, um, I mean, I think I know I've done that with like with my cousins before, doing something like that,
Excuse me, sorry, long day.
saying a quote at an interesting time, you know, I just like literally can't remember like a specific one, but like I mean, we're movie buffs. We've all done it, like thinking like, oh, like um, like I'm sure I've done, I'm sure I have, like I mean, Eric and I are old, so we have a hard time remembering what we did yesterday sometimes. So
It's all good, but yeah, those are all the questions.
yeah, for Mecha G Zero, I guess we could ask each other questions and just so we can at least maybe make this an hour rather than 29 minutes.
Okay, let me think. Never have I ever thought a remake was better than the original. I'm trying to think. What did I ever like a remake better than the original?
I'm gonna say
I
this.
guess The Fly, the one with Jeff Goldblum. I think I like that better than the Vincent Price one.
I'm going to say this. Me loving classic film and all that stuff, I actually like the John Carpenter the theme better than the original.
Why is that?
The horror is more there, and now granted, back then horror wasn't really horror; it was more terror. But like, I'm sorry, I don't find a veggie monster intimidating. Like, so to me, it's just kind of. I don't want to say I don't want to say dumb, but you know what I mean. Like, it's just not. I found the atmosphere better with John Carpenter's, and the only thing I'll give the thing from the 50s, I'll give the thing from the 50s is the dialogue. Like, it actually feels like they're talking, like they're interrupting each other. They're and all that stuff. I like that, but let's see. I mean, Scarface.
I haven't ever seen the original Scarface, the one from the 30s, so I can't comment.
But I do think, even though I actually do, I think they're on equal footing. But like, I will give the remake a little more credit. So no, there's. I mean, heck, here's one for you, Eric.
What?
Dracula, Frankenstein, 1931. I mean,
are you saying that's a remake of the 1910 one from Thomas Edison?
Technically, isn't it? I mean, it's based on the same.
Technically, but not really. It's just more of another adaptation of the book. People have said that the Bill Skarsgård, it's a remake of the Tim Curry one, but not really. It's just an adaptation of the book. But
yeah, so technicality.
Yeah, by a technicality, but people even say that the 1994 Frankenstein with Robert De Niro is a remake of the 1931 movie, but not really. I mean, the 94 movie is just more trying to be, keyword trying to be more faithful to the book.
Yeah. Nah. I think this is more of a one for everybody. And, if you guys, hey, anybody in the chat, I actually encourage you, if you want to answer any of these questions and tell some of your stories, feel free. Never have I ever regretted meeting a girl online.
What's the question again? Sorry?
Never have I ever regretted meeting a girl online. Multiple times.
Yep.
Not just your recent encounter.
Not gonna say any names.
Yeah, but I was gonna say not just most recently too. So, for me, let's just say that it's one of those things where I've learned my lesson. Okay. I'm not going to. We're not going. I have. Let's just say right now, if I meet a girl online, first of all, I have little rules I follow now.
What is it?
Well, we're meeting at. We're like going to be meeting at Sonic or Burger King, or somewhere like that. We're going to before if I want to see a picture of you, I'm going to ask you to hold up hold a pencil or something, or the nearest object.
Which sounds fair, just so in that way that it's more proof like that they actually are a real person.
Yes. So there's this multitude of rules I follow, but now it's like, man, I'm done with finding girls online. That's one of the reasons why I'm more after local girls. A few in particular, but yeah. Um, hmm. I
Um,
I would ask another question, but or I guess it's Eric's turn, but you have your camera off.
um, but yeah, I can try to come up with a question.
You gonna turn your camera on?
Let's see.
I don't know what Eric's doing in the background, but man.
Oh yeah, I'm guessing that maybe I must have accidentally pushed it. I guess, but
So let's see.
uh, never have I. Let me think. I'm put on the spot. Never have I ever had a celebrity crush, and taking it so far where you want to have sex with that celebrity that you had a crush on. Okay, I'm gonna again. I don't want to sound like a pervert. Not that I'm, you know.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. Not since high school. You know, because now I think at least I think so. I've matured enough as an adult that I understand the difference between a crush and uh, a do. I don't know how to put this. Like a do. I want to do it. You know what I mean? Um, I'm gonna say it was Megan Fox. I mean, we were. I mean, I was 16. I was 16. So that's one of the reasons why, even though I disagree with a lot of stuff that Megan Fox has said, but Megan Fox will always have a special place in my heart. Um,
Right.
I have admitted this before, and I will admit this. I actually remember getting heartbroken when Megan Fox got married. That's how bad it was.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. That summer was rough. To the point where my Oscar speech literally said, "I would like to thank my lovely wife Megan." So
I guess for me, my first celebrity crush was Lindsay Lohan when I was in fourth or fifth grade around there. And
well, if we're
more,
going back,
huh?
well, if we're going back that far, then Keira Knightley for me.
I guess my modern celebrity crush is Elizabeth Olsen, and now I do know that she's married. It's just more so me complimenting her. So
Right. There's
yeah,
I
of
mean,
course, there certainly isn't anything wrong with trying to compliment somebody on
no,
their
no.
look.
I mean, for me, I'll say this. I mean, I guess if we're talking modern celebrity crush. I'm gonna say Cara Delevingne, because first of all, she has it again. Okay, this is just awesome to me. She has a tattoo on her foot that says bacon. I don't know why it's on her foot, but hey, any girl that has a tattoo that says bacon on it is awesome in my book. You know what I mean? So
Okay, never heard of anybody getting a tattoo of that, but hey, if that makes them happy.
yeah. So let's see.
Never have I
Oh,
ever, never
okay.
have I ever hated a celebrity so much that I wanted to punch them in their face. For me, it's
And
Amber Heard.
I was gonna say for me, it's probably Amber Turd because
Yeah, Amber Turd, or whatever you want to call
um,
her.
there's a multitude. So Amber Turd, Roman Polanski,
Roman Polanski, yeah.
Harvey Weinstein. Although I don't want to punch him in his
Yep.
face. Both Roman Polanski and let's put it this way. How do I put this in a good term? A good term for so people won't get so I won't get in trouble. If I can get my let's just say I would like to do stuff to them that it will get me in trouble in boxing, if you know what I mean. So yeah, there's a multitude. There's some of them that it's like Okay, we don't know because they're. All I'll say is, we are innocent until proven guilty. There are some of them that, like, yes, by their allegations, maybe. But again, remember, in the U.S., we're innocent until proven guilty, and some of those people are just allegations. Roman Polanski is proven. So yeah, and Harvey Weinstein is proven. But yeah, this is going to go down a rabbit hole that I really don't want you to go down because you're trying to get into SAG. So
Yeah, so because of that, I really want to be careful with.
yeah.
But
So
but to be fair, I don't think SAG wants to work with Amber Heard anymore.
no, I think she has to fulfill a contract with Aquaman, but that's about it.
And but yeah, Amber Heard's career, it essentially is over at this point because nobody wants to hire her.
Right. So anyway, never have I ever. Let's see. Never have I ever regretted being friends with somebody I met on YouTube.
Yep, I have, but
Yeah, I'm not gonna mention names, but Eric's been quite public about it. But some people, I just, it's more so, it's more so with me, just personality clashes, which I seem to have a lot of, because I'm just brutally sarcastic sometimes. And, like I always joke, I'm sarcastic to the point where it gets me in trouble all the time. So it's more so just that personality clashes, and like anybody who I have, like I've always told people, if they came to me tomorrow and said, "Hey, I'm sorry, dude, I overreacted" or something like that, it's like we would just shake hands and move on. So anybody,
I guess a flaw that I have is that I tend to hold on like to a grudge. So that's a flaw of mine, but there have been grudges where I've had like where I did end up forgiving the person. So
yeah, I mean, I guess the only one that I could think of that you are still mad at, is for Ferreira. So, but yeah.
well, yeah, Ferreira, because he stressed me out at the worst possible time, and he started all that drama with me about Spider-Man: No Way Home.
Which is just seems so. I mean, honestly,
It's petty.
it's one of those things I've always said recent. I've always said that it's amazing when you realize as an adult is that high school drama never ends.
Especially like what we are grown ass men, and he's trying to argue with me about Spider-Man.
Like that's on the and for you even elementary school because that's on the same level as basically arguing about Mario and Sonic.
Which is what I had happen back when I was in 5th grade. Me and my friends got into heated arguments about Sonic or Mario. But now that I'm 30, I'm like, fights like that are so fruitless.
And just dumb. Like I mean, I understand if like somebody wanted to do like I don't know, like if somebody was doing like a mock fight or something like that. But that's different. That's just like a fake fight. You know what I mean? But no. Let's see. There's since you asked two, I'll ask two. Never have I ever been in an actual fist fight.
I'm trying to remember.
Well, I mean, so I'm gonna say no. So for me, it's no. But I mean actual fight. Not like verbal.
Not verbal, but physical.
Yeah. No, I've actually avoided them. One time somebody wanted to fight me, and I started acting crazy. I just started acting like Hurley from the Three Stooges. I did, and then I started taking my shirt off and then my pants, and the guy was like, "No, no!" So I acted really cool.
But yeah, I can't remember any I've been in since.
So do you want to pull one of the? Do you want to pull the side, or do you just don't remember?
I'm trying to remember, but I just can't remember any. So
Well, here. Okay, you want to ask one? You want to ask another one?
never have I ever thought that a really popular movie sucked. I already mentioned mine with how I didn't really care for Inception or the new
Yeah.
Dune.
Um. Yeah. Well, for me, it's a lot of modern movies. I mean, usually, like if a movie's a classic back in the day, I can see why it's a classic, even if I don't like maybe like if that's what we're talking about, like movies like why is this a classic? Like I honestly, I honestly think that in I'm gonna say something very controversial that a lot of people, man, I would love to go ahead. This is my opinion, people. The fact I have to say it's my opinion sucks on YouTube, but I honestly don't think Endgame is as great as people say it is because just more.
Their own.
Yeah, exactly. But it's more just story structure wise of the fight and everything. There's a it's technicality filmmaking levels that I mean. So, but honestly, like a lot of superhero movies for me, because listen, guys, folks, I checked out of superhero movies. I got superhero fatigued around the time of Batman versus Superman and Civil War. That's where I got superhero fatigued. So I've been superhero fatigued before it was cool to be superhero fatigued. Um, so yeah, there's been multitude. And it's more. I'm not saying that any movie, modern movies are bad. It's how do I put this? I think that I think that directors there's a lot of directors that don't have guts guts. Like that were that they just want to say yes to people all the time. It's and in saying yes, sometimes they sacrifice their story.
Excuse me.
If that makes any sense.
Yep.
So yeah. So anyway, let's see. You want to ask one?
So before I ask, I mean, you can have your opinion about Endgame, but you gotta admit this: what they did right definitely was with how they ended Iron Man. The
I
way
will
how
say
they
that.
ended it, was like the perfect way.
I will say that, but I will. There's one thing I would have added, mainly just to be kind of not funny, but like as a nice tribute um to them. What I think would be really funny but in a good way, if they had Ozzy Osbourne, Tony Iommi, Bill Ward, and Geezer Butler at the funeral, the original members of Black Sabbath.
I can see where you're coming from with that, but
Well, because they all wear black, so it would kind of be kind of like fitting a little bit. I think I would say I would just add that not to be funny, but like you
excuse me,
know
sir.
why have we never gotten at least Ozzy Osbourne in a cameo in an Iron Man movie? You know, I think that
That
would have been
was a
perfect.
missed opportunity. But okay, so now I'll ask my question. Never have I ever wanted a movie to bomb at the box office.
And I think all movies deserve to be a hit. I mean, I'll say I've joked about that, but like I've joked, I've joked about it. Like, I hope that movie bombs, but like that's more sarcastic. Like, I don't think I've genuinely wanted a movie to bomb. I mean, I think I was. again, I was being sarcastic. Like I remember, I mean, I was definitely proven wrong. I said, "Well, I hope Barbie bombs." I remember saying something like that, but like, boy, was I, but like I was being sarcastic. I never really genuinely wanted a movie to bomb because if a movie bombs, then it's not just the actors that lose money. It's not just the directors that lose money. It's the little guys, the makeup people on set, the the everybody loses money when a movie bombs. So I never genuinely wanted a movie to bomb that bad.
So I
Maybe
will be honest, when I was a teenager, I was a very rebellious punk teenager. I will say this. Even Junebug agrees with me, and even your own dad didn't want you watching my videos. I can see why. When I was a teenager, at that time it was really cool to hate on the Twilight movies at that time. And I
okay.
remember at that time when I was a punk rebellious teenager, I would say, "Oh man, I hope the movie bombs because the Twilight movies are so lame."
I think yeah, if we're talking like when we were kids, like yeah, I mean I remember saying that like, oh, I hope Harry Potter bombs because Harry Potter sucks. And I mean, I was being a stupid teenager. Like, I remember sitting there saying stuff that was just stupid. Like, why would you say that? Like, I remember saying, I wish I could go in and break J.K. Rowling's toilet. Like, what? I remember saying that, and they're like, dude, why would you want to do that?
But yeah, now I understand that as I've gotten older, wishing that upon studios who dedicated so much time and money, regardless if you like the movie or not, that makes you look bad. So yeah, I never would do that now. But when I was when I was a teenager, yeah,
Yeah. Um,
simply because I was a teenager.
yeah. So I don't, I mean, I'll say that, but I think with me that kind of comes into the sarcasm a little bit. Like, I don't think I genuinely like understood, I guess, the magnitude of that. If a movie bombs, then that means, the little guys on set lose money as well. I mean, they still get paid, but they get more. I mean, it's not much by any means at all, but they still get paid if they still get a good amount of money if the movie does well, because if it does well, then they get that little 8 cents sometimes for residuals, but yeah. Now this could mean a multitude of reasons, this specific one. um and I
So
for fans of Eric's channel, they know that it means one. I'll say this. Now, I want to stress for this. Remember, Eric again was a teenager, and Eric has been a self-admitted former bad boy.
I
Um,
blame it on the people who I used to associate with
yeah,
myself.
so never have I ever been in handcuffs.
Oh no.
Um,
Hung out with the wrong crowd.
well,
Ruined my reputation back in high school. I used to be one of the popular kids, but then, got in legal trouble, and then that ruined my reputation, and then I became one of the outcasts because of that.
yeah. So for for me, it was
Why were
just
you in handcuffs?
um, let's just say fun. Let's just say fun time.
What kind of fun time?
PG-13 fun. Let's just say PG-13. This just stream is. I at least want to keep the channel PG-13, and this is going in NC-17 direction. So
Okay,
yeah,
well, you can tell me more so in private then.
yeah, if I want to. But no, I mean, so never anything like going to jail wise. Just that. that was more just no. The girl. All I say is the girl wanted to put me in handcuffs, and I'm like, okay. She turned out to be very freaky. Um,
Okay.
yeah. Let's just say she was into biting.
Oh, now I think I know where this is going.
Right. And so I don't talk to her anymore at all. As a matter of fact, yeah. So anyway, let's see. Do you have another one?
Uh, hmm. Let me think. Never have I ever been influenced by a character's look so much that I wanted to add that look onto myself.
I don't know about a character, maybe more of a actor, I would say, but
Yeah.
he was a character. When I was in high school, like to me, I know again with him, innocent till proven guilty, and he was proven not guilty. So legally, he's not guilty. I wanted to. I was influenced a lot by Drake Bell with my hair, which in some ways still am kind of a little bit because I always seem to style my hair like him, but not so now because it's really long and I kind of like it like this. So Drake Bell for me.
For me, it was Andrew Garfield with his look in the Amazing Spider-Man 1. I remember that I really liked that look. So then that was why that I tried to replicate that onto me.
Yeah, you made well. You even on some of your older videos, you even had Justin Bieber hair before it was cool. So
Yeah, I did. And
that was a
now,
style.
and
That was a style like in the when we were in high school, and then Justin Bieber made it not cool.
yeah, and ever since Justin Bieber, that haircut will always be known as the Justin Bieber look.
Right? Yeah.
And now, and now my hair is long again for the first time in a long time, but I mean, now I have the goal to make it into a ponytail. So, and I got 3 months left.
Yeah, I could do that too. Although I would just look weird with a ponytail. I think.
Excuse me.
Uh,
I have no idea how I would look in a ponytail, but hey, I'll find out soon.
yeah. Let's see. Um, okay, we don't have to go into story mode here. This is more just raise your hand or you haven't done this. Never have I ever joined the Mile High Club.
The what?
The Mile High Club.
I don't even know what that even is.
Well, then you probably haven't done it. You did it on an airplane.
Not ringing a bell.
You did it on an airplane.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I've never had sex on an airplane, so.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay, then no, I never have.
Uh, yeah. I don't really remember much of what happened. But it was with all of. And I've told how it was with a stewardess before, but yeah, that did happen to me. And I thought of another one too. Never have I, never have I ever farted on on a stream, and people heard it. I have, and I have a video about it on my channel, saying I dropped a bomb on stream. It was during a. So this is a funny story. It was during I did an 11-hour stream to watch all the Lord of the Rings movies for to celebrate the 20th anniversary of Fellowship of the Ring, which this is cheating, I know, but the Lord of the Rings movies are my second favorite movies of all time. I consider them one long movie because they technically are, because it's all one book and that's all supposed to be one movie. So I consider them all one movie. So we did an 11-hour stream to the Lord of the Rings because we were watching The Hobbit. We were basically watching all 6 movies, and this was when I was starting to drink a little bit. So I was slurring my words a little bit, and then I farted on the stream, and it actually was bad enough where I could smell it. So have you? So I don't recall that stream. What stream did you fart on, and people heard you fart?
I don't recall. So
Yeah. Well, next time, if Eric farts on stream, he will make a separate video about it of him farting on stream.
I suppose so. If the fans really want it.
So.
Oh wait, I just thought of one. Have you ever wanted a movie to happen so bad, but it either took years to make or it never happened?
Never have I ever wanted a movie to happen so bad.
That either it took many years to happen or it never happened whatsoever.
Yeah, I think I know yours, but I
Sonic.
guess mine is in. I guess from what I've heard, mine is in production that I've always wanted. Although I'm not really satisfied with the direction it's going, but I understand why they're doing it that way. I've always wanted to see a Legend of Zelda movie.
Well, I'm pretty sure that it's going to happen now, considering that the Mario movie is one of the biggest hits this whole entire year. So I'm pretty sure that.
Yeah, I think it will. From what I've heard, it will happen. I'm just not satisfied with the direction more. I just don't. I'd rather it be live action than animated, but I get why it's animated because of the Mario movie. Mainly because Zelda could have been like this Lord of the Rings style epic, you know. And I don't. I think Eric actually making live action movies will understand this more, but I don't know how to explain it because I think that I would rather see like Hyrule Castle on the big screen in live action format versus animation to get that grand scopeness of seeing Hyrule live action, with real sets, instead of animation, if that makes any sense. Like,
Funny, as soon as you said real set, the first thing that came to my mind was Tommy Wiseau on the set of the room saying, "This is real movie set. This ain't no Mickey Mouse stuff."
Let's see.
It's a real movie set, people.
Yeah,
That was
here's
the first
some.
thing that came to my
Well,
mind.
you and me have been on YouTube long enough where I think you a lot longer than me, where I think that both of us can say this, and I'll say that I'll even go into we could, if my phone will stop being a jerk and not make me sound like a robot. I think that you and me have been on YouTube long enough where both of us can just say this with stuff. Never have I ever regretted making a video on YouTube.
Yep, I have, but I don't really want to talk about that.
I'll talk about mine. I was angry and never make piece of advice to anybody who wants to make a YouTube video. I think Eric can say this as my advice too. Never make a video when you're angry.
Nope.
I made a video. Let's just say it was about things that happened in 2020 that are still going on currently, and we did not really have much of an outcome then, and I posted a video about it, and I was angry. That video has since been deleted, but I have moved on, and you know what? Because yeah, but I think I think every YouTuber has done that at some point, made a video that they regret doing. So.
Yep.
And the best thing you can do is, first of all, it made me think about something that I remember them saying when we were in school, that they should teach kids now, especially kids now, because we live in the internet age. Think before you post.
Which essentially is the same thing as think before you speak.
Exactly. And because, listen, I mean, every one of us, everybody who exists on this current planet right now has said something stupid on the internet. And we will always continue to say something stupid on the internet because we're human beings. You know?
Oh, and on top of that, even when you say sorry for it afterwards, people still bring it up anyway. I'm like, especially when it was something that you posted over 10 years ago. I'm like, really? I said I was sorry. It was 10 years ago. Get over it.
See, I guess I'm not quite there yet because my channel is only like 3 years old. But like, people do bring up like, because I was off the internet for a while with even social media, but now, you know, that I'm actually trying to do this to, you know, start a business, it's more interesting now. But for me, it's just, you know, like I said, just, you know, that's the greatest. That's honestly some advice I could give somebody who wants to start a YouTube channel. Think before you post, and also, here's some more advice. I'm sure that you're aware you're better at this than you used to be. One of the things I'm kind of learning is proofread your community posts.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that you've posted some like community posts where like, man, why did I post that? That was bad grammar, or like that doesn't make any sense.
That's what happened to me with my really early things that piss me off videos. They are called things that pisses me off, but then my mom corrected me on that, like, saying, Eric, that's not good grammar. So that's why, starting with things that pissed me off, episode 5, I fixed it. But I blame that on me being young and stupid.
Yeah, I don't know what things that pisses me off. I mean, what does that entail there, dude? Did you have to go to the bathroom or something in the early videos?
I was just young and dumb, and I thought it was things that pisses me off when it's actually things that piss me off.
Right. No, I'm just making fun of you. But no, let's see. Let's see. I'm trying to think of. You want to think of another never have I ever question?
I'm completely out. So, and besides, I'm getting really tired anyways.
All right. Well, hey, but no, this will hopefully be, if we don't have any interviews scheduled for sit down by the fire, folks. Basically, this might be something that Eric and I do. We won't play Never Have I Ever. Probably. I mean, honestly, unless the subscribers want it, I guess we will. But
all right,
we'll probably more do like play games or something like that. But games that me and Eric can play, since you know we're not in the same area. You know. I mean, we're not even in the same state. So games that we can play, like I have a game called the Chat Pack. I've done that before on my channel, where like we can ask each other questions and talk about them. We can play games with each other again that we can play without even the same state. Like something that could be fun. we would have to get other people involved. Eric, what if we played that Friday the 13th game, Camp Blood, and Jason Lives? That could be cool.
We could, yeah. And fans have even said that I should play the NES game for an episode of Let's Play a Game. So I would be down for that.
Yeah, anyway, subscribe to Eric's channel, 406 Boys, Tyrannotherium, Mecha G0, Zach D Productions. There.
Rambo Raff for life, OCP
Well,
Communications.
I was not really. Well, sure, subscribe to them. They're not really officially a part of the brand of Junebug Films, sure, but subscribe to them. But if they want to be, sure. Please, if you want to join the Phantasm Realm, please email ty.junebug@gmail.com. Send it as a drive, and I will upload it to the channel. That'll be premiering on my 31st birthday on October 31st. We only have 2 shorts, so I would prefer this to be feature length. So please submit a short if you want to. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Anything you want to plug, Eric?
Well, I'm making the third Things That Piss Me Off movie, and I'm currently Things That Piss Me Off episode 3 still is regarded as one of the greatest episodes that I have ever made in the whole entire series. I've been wanting to do a remake of it for 10 whole years now. I just never got around to it. And pretty soon I'm finally going to be doing a remake of it. So yeah, I'm going to be doing a remake of episode 3. I'm definitely really excited to do that. I mean, I'll never forget all the praise that episode got when it first came out. And I'm excited to do a remake of it. And I also have my rant on the Little Mermaid remake. The problem is that my editing software, my computer keeps on crashing. So I'm trying to get that fixed. I'm trying. Just please be patient. And that's pretty much it.
All right. Well, see you guys later. And if on the next episode of Sit Down by the Fire, we will be interviewing the person who asked the first set of questions for things for Never Have I Ever. Mecha G0 will be interviewing him. Great young filmmaker who has a very unique style, sort of a mixture of old school horror and new school horror. I really like his style of filmmaking, so we'll be interviewing him. So if fans want to ask questions for Mecha G0, you're more than welcome to leave them in the comments down below in this video. Anybody see? I think we're in talks with some other people to be interviewed, but this will hopefully premiere every Friday. So yeah, do all that good stuff. Share out the video and all that good stuff. All right, see you guys later.
Later.